you. Well, Florence Villemino joins me now on set for a look at what's making headlines on the international press. And Flo, we're looking at, of course, this ease in tensions between Iran and the U.S.
That's right. Now, the meeting between Iranian President Hassan Rouhani and U.S. President Barack Obama didn't go through, but a lot of cartoons are pointing out that, well, the feelings are getting better between the two. This is a cartoon in the International Health Tribune by Shapat, and you see both of them there holding an olive branch, and Rouhani is saying, "Small Satan," and Obama is saying, well, axes of not so evil, so slight change in tone there. China Daily also has a cartoon about this ease in tension. You see Obama and Rohani again, and Rohani, instead of having his trademark white turban, well, it's a dove with a piece of olive branch there.
All right, when international papers are continuing also to focus, of course, on the aftermath of Kenya's Westgate siege in the mall there.
That's right. There's an interesting and striking article in The Independent today that quotes a doctor, a police doctor who was at the scene looking for bodies after the siege, and he says that, a lot of the bodies that he found had been tortured and mutilated before they were killed. Now, this article has really gruesome details. He said this in a Kenyan newspaper called The Star, and this information hasn't been independently verified, but a lot of the reporters from The Star say they indeed heard similar accounts from other witnesses. But it comes at a time of mounting public anger in Kenya over a lack of, a lack of information about that siege, namely about, what happened to the hostages that are still unaccounted for, what happened to the attackers. And on top of this, this article points out that there are all sorts of rumors flying around Nairobi these days. The Guardian takes a closer look at how Somalis living in Kenya are reacting to this. They say that they fear a real violent backlash in the wake of this attack. And this article points out that there's a real deep mistrust of authorities within this community. Many say they actually doubt it was Somalis who carried out the attack. They say that maybe the fact that the Kenyans have been describing this as a terror attack is in fact a state, a cover-up. This has nothing to do with politics. This has nothing to do with terrorism. It's all about politics, says one man they interviewed. And he says that it's because of their success in trade that Somalis are being treated like scapegoats.
Okay, well, let's move on now to an Italian pasta maker who's facing a boycott from the gay community.
That's right. Gay activists say they're going to boycott Barilla, the world's leading pasta maker. Now, why is that? Well, it's because of comments the chairman made on an Italian radio. So Guido Barilla, he said he would not consider using a gay family to advertise Barilla pasta because he doesn't agree with them. He says that they don't, they're at odds with Barilla's concept of the family, a concept where a woman has a central role. And he said, if people don't like what we say, well, they can eat different pasta. And it seems like that's what gay activists are calling on people to do. They've been lashing out at Barilla online. We can take a look at a meme that's been going around. I don't know if you can see it there, but it says, no matter if you love farfalle or macaroni, just love. So if anything happens like what happened in the States with Chick-fil-A, I'm sure Barilla might start regretting his comments.
All right. Well, let's look now at a story that, of course, was making headlines a while back, and of course, this is the NSA's spying program. Now it's got some revelations about it's during the Vietnam War era.
That's right. Documents have been declassified about just who the NSA was spying on during the Vietnam War era. Well, there were some 1,600 people. This was a secret program called Minaret that was created in 1967 by the then President Lyndon Johnson. He was concerned that vocal critics of the Vietnam War might have had ties with foreign powers. So some of the people on the watch list aren't really that surprising. There's Martin Luther King, there's Muhammad Ali, Jane Fonda, but others are more surprising, like certain journalists. And a lot of people wonder why these people would be a threat to national security. And of course, this comes in the wake of the PRISM scandal. And a lot of critics are saying that documents on the PRISM scandal should be declassified as well.
All right, well, real briefly, Flo, finally, we got supermarkets in the UK have issued an apology over costumes.
That's right. Tesco has apologized for a costume it had a lot of people say stigmatize those with mental health issues. You can see the costume there. It's one for the psycho ward killer. So orange jumpsuit with a mask. Looks a lot like Hannibal Lecter from The Silence of the Lamb. But there was a lot of cries from charities and celebrities that said that this was really discrimination, that was depicting people with mental illness as killers. Now, Tesco has decided to withdraw this costume and has apologized.
All right, Florence Villemino, thank you for that. And that was a look at the international press. And do stay with us. You're watching live from Paris. Coming up after the break, we'll of course have more headlines, and we'll have Focus, where we head to Mexico, and our correspondents join the Red Cross as they struggled to join a remote mountain town nearly washed away by deadly twin storms. Do stay with us.